Good guys, your girl Taylana and welcome back. Today I have some tips for you. Let's sit her down. Let's get started. So I am currently a senior at the University of Arizona. I am currently an online student due to the panoramic that we have occurring at this moment in time. I have been online since last March, so almost a full year now. It's so fun. We love it. We also hate it. So I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of online school. Pretty much everyone and their mother has been doing online school recently. There's parts we love, there's parts we hate. It's completely different for everyone, kind of. Like, mostly it depends on your personality whether or not you're going to do well with it. Also, while I have your attention, people click off within the first minute usually. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll give you a minute. Takes 2 seconds. Boom, thank you so much. Also be sure to go follow me on all my social media at Taylana Jordan. Okay, so getting on with the pros of online school. The biggest all-around encompassing thing that's best about online school is how flexible your schedule becomes. Like, if you're in high school, you aren't confined to a classroom for 7 hours a day, and if you're in college, you don't have to waste random time slots and like random hours out of your schedule on class. It kind of takes up your whole day doing college in person. But when you're online, look who has all the time in the world now. So pretty much it gives you the chance to make your own schedule around school. And for me, how I do it, I have 2 live online classes and 4 fully online classes. So 3 days of the week, I actually have to be at my desk for an hour and a half, and that's it. I don't have to add transportation time. You know, you always have to leave 15 minutes early before classes to get there, or if you have to drive to school, you're taking out that transportation time. Literally, it's at your desk, it can be on your phone, it can be wherever the f you want. I went to a Zoom class when I was hiking in Tucson. I was on a trip. I went on a literal trip and I was attending a Zoom class. Listening to my call as I'm hiking, it's so much better than having to take that time out of your day and then wait for your next class. Specifically, if you're in college, your time slots between classes can be really awkward, which can end up making it so you kind of have to sit around all day waiting for your next class. So having no transportation time is an amazing pro. I love doing other things during my Zoom classes. I don't know if it's just me. I try to make it more of a productive time because for me, my Zoom lectures are not worth my time. So I try to do things that I personally find to be productive. So during my Zoom classes, I'll have them on, have my camera off and my microphone off, and I will clean my room, paint my nails, do homework, do other things that I need while still technically being in class. But I can get a lot more done during that period of time than I can if I was in class. Although I have edited videos in class before, it's really difficult and like high-keyed awkward, but I can do that during my Zoom classes, no problem. You can spend your time in better ways if your Zoom classes are a waste of time. I'm not saying your classes are a waste of time. Pay attention also, but like if they're dumb, like you don't have to. Like I said, you have more time to be productive about things other than just school. Since if you're fully online, you have no schedule. So for most of the week, I don't have any classes. I only have to really be there for 3 classes the whole week. So the rest of the week, it's kind of up to my own structure of when I want to work on classes. When I make plans to hang out with people, my first thought isn't like, oh, do I have a class that conflicts with that? Do I have too much homework? It's kind of just more flexible where it's like, oh yeah, like school can come second because it doesn't have the structure you have to be there in time, you know? You are not learning at all times for those 7 hours when you're in high school. We all know. So you actually can choose when you're learning and when you feel like you'll get the most work done. Plus, you have more time to be productive during that extra time because school should not be taking 7 hours. It is not that much learning that is occurring during that time. So you have extra time to do things that are actually productive, or you can spend that time watching Netflix, which we all probably will spend that time doing, but I occasionally get productive things done outside of when I should be doing school. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite things in the world, also teachers that don't do this.
A little bit of beef with you.
A lot of teachers for online school will open the assignments at the beginning of the week. So usually on Monday, they'll open all the assignments that are due for the week. And some even open all of the assignments that are due the entire semester right at the beginning so that you can just get ahead. I've had classes do that and I finished them in 3 days. I once finished a class in 3 days because I grinded. I hate keeping up with like deadlines. I want to get ahead and then not worry about it because I hate being stressed, even though being stressed is my personality trait, my only one. See, I can't even remember being in person. Like it's been so long ago, but having the chance to be able to get ahead, especially when I know I'm having a busy week or weekend coming up and I know that I won't be able to get work done, it's so nice to be able to be like, okay, well, like I have these things due over the weekend, so I'm gonna get them done now because the teachers have them open. I can't believe teachers used to assign homework when you were sitting in a classroom and they were like, yeah, this is due tomorrow, and like you do it. Like I don't want to wait till the last minute. Like I don't know. That's just me. I do procrastinate sometimes on certain things, but most of the time I just want to get it done so I don't have to worry about it and I can focus on other things in my life, which is why online school is so awesome, because it gives you the chance to do that. How could I forget literally the main reason everyone's in online school right now? It's COVID safe. You're not exposing anyone to the virus. You're not exposing yourself to the virus and your family. It's just so great. There's so many pros. There are cons, but like we'll get to them. It's COVID safe, which is why everyone's doing it. And if you are not doing online school, please do it. Please, please. Just like for the general safety of things. Vaccines are out, but not everyone has them or is gonna get them until the summer pretty much. So 4 more months. We can do it, babes. I don't know if this is just for me, but I get a certain sense of accomplishment when I can schedule things by myself and work on my own schedule. Especially when I get ahead. I get so excited when I get several days ahead. I just like am motivated by myself to get all that done on time. Like if a teacher opens an assignment on Monday or whatever, like all of them do, and I'm in a school mode on Monday, I could get all of the homework done and then not even worry about the rest of the week and then just get to go chill. In addition, you can hang out with your friends whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can go on trips in the middle of the week if you work around it. I've gone on more COVID-free, COVID-safe trips, socially distanced by myself. Need to clarify that. I'm not pulling a James Charles. But I can go in the middle of the week. Like I'm like, oh, Tuesday morning, time to go drive to Sedona, because I have that ability thanks to online school. And I could never have done that before. I always had to wait till the last minute when I was in person and book a bus ticket. I can't believe I used to take a public bus with like squeeze in with people home. Like my COVID germophobia is like so gross. So grossed out by that. But I always had to like wait and like run after my class to go catch the bus to come visit my family and friends back home, and I don't have to do that now. I can just go whenever I want, and it's so nice. Also, babes, no waking up early. In a lot of cases, unless you have a live online class at 8 a.m., which I used to have, which I don't have now, you really don't have to get up early. And also, you can literally not get out of bed and go to class. You can sit in bed at 8 a.m. and like listen to your Zoom class. It's one of the finer things in life. This kind of a pro for some people, kind of a con for other people. You have the ability to teach yourself. Like if you want to go read ahead and teach yourself all the content for your class, you are totally capable of doing that. And like I said, teachers open things early and you can go read the entire book and get it out of the way instead of being like kind of structured by the teacher. Oh, this is like one of my biggest tips for how to like do well in online school. And like one of my favorite things about it is that I am the kind of person who wants to focus on one subject during a day. I can't go back and forth between assignments. Like if I'm in the mood to work on personality psychology, I want to work on that. I don't want to work on criminology. I don't want to work on plants and our world. You have the ability to just get all of the work done for one class at a time. And so I try to section off like, oh, today is working on criminology day, and tomorrow I'm going to work on psychology stuff, and the next day I'm gonna learn about plants. If like the lack of structure of online classes is scaring you, try to do live online classes. It gives you a moderate amount of structure where you're still not gonna be leaving your house and taking the transportation time to go inside a classroom and sit there, but you are still attending class by just sitting at home, and it takes a lot of the stress out of it. And so the teacher can still actually teach you the stuff, but you are in charge of the homework and kind of scheduling when you're going to work on it. And then also, last thing, this isn't for every school, this isn't for every class, but for the University of Arizona, which I attend, they give us a class roster of all the students' names and their email addresses. So if you are having trouble meeting people or having trouble in a class, always the best idea to go make a group me for your class. It's so helpful. It makes everyone love you. Since it's so hard to actually meet people in online classes, this is a way to get a little bit of socialization mixed in and also help each other in the class, because you can't really lean next to your neighbor and be like, hi, I don't know what's going on, but you can text them through GroupMe. It works really well. Now that we are halfway through this video, I would also like to remind you yet again, if you have not already, please subscribe and follow me on all my social media at Taylana Jordan. Now getting on with the cons of online school. There are a couple. I feel like there's personally more pros than cons to it, but it does completely depend on your personality and learning structure. So first off, and most obvious, I guess, would be it's really freaking hard to meet people. I haven't really been able to meet anyone through my online classes. For me, it was really nice being able to meet people in my classes beforehand. So now I already know a couple people in my major that happen to be in my same classes, which can be really helpful if you need help in school or you're trying to be more social, which I know it's really hard for everyone right now to try to meet people, but it kind of helps for like a little social anxiety tip to know that everyone needs friends. Everyone wants to meet people, and odds are you can probably like figure out in your group me who is dope and who sucks, or you can read people's discussion posts and be like, damn, me and this person have a lot in common. I'm gonna go text them and be like, hi, let's be friends. You do have to put yourself out there a lot more than I think you would if you were in person. Oh my gosh, if you guys have live online classes, you know about breakout rooms. I've never had one until this semester. God help me, that is awful. One of my classes is fully just breakout rooms. Like the second we get into the class, it's a group of 10 people that have to talk. And last time I went to the class, no one showed up except for like 3 people, and I had to talk the entire time. Breakout rooms are not fun. It's honestly worse equivalent of your teacher being like,
now talk with your table about this subject.
and then no one talks. That's what it is. But again, good way to meet people. It's kind of a smaller group that you can be like, hi, let's exchange information to talk to each other about the class and help each other out. This is kind of where your personality type and your learning structure come into play, where some people literally can't learn unless they are physically in a classroom, physically there having the teacher talk to them, and they can't handle the lack of like structure and deadlines that come with online school. Some people love it and some people hate it. I know people that went from straight A students to failing their entire semester of college because we switched online mid-semester, and it was really good for some people and really bad for some people, and it was really good for me and I was really thankful for it. But again, it's completely dependent on your learning structure. So if you think that might be a problem and you're interested in online classes, try live online first, see how that works. But if you're more of a go with the flow, I want to teach myself, I want to get ahead, I don't want to worry about this, online class is probably fine for you. But if you want more guided, more structured classes, then in-person classes are probably best for you. While we're on that topic, procrastination can be really tough. There are certain assignments I know I do not want to do. I hate writing assignments. I know I have to wait till the last minute to complete them because I know there's too much time left for me to do it, so I purposely wait till the last minute to do it. But I know pretty much any assignment that's not a writing assignment I want to get ahead on. Again, it's all self-motivation, and if you have problems with procrastination and self-motivating yourself to do school, it can be really tough, and that's where it might be not the best option for you. Leading off of that, self-motivation is a trait that you really have to have in a way where it's kind of like, I want to go teach myself. I know I have all these more fun things that I have available to do, but I'm gonna do school. And doesn't always work. Oh, we all have our good and bad days, but you kind of get more chances to have good and bad days when you do online school though, which is kind of great. I always recommend a planner. If you guys have watched me for a while, you know how I feel about planners. And then even that, getting up early with online school, you don't like a lot of cases, unless you have a live online class, you don't really have to get up early, and sometimes it's really tough to try to motivate yourself to actually be productive as a human being and get up at a reasonable time and act like an adult in a lot of ways where it's like, oh, well, I'm not seeing anyone today. Do I really have to get out of bed to go to class, or do I have to get out of bed to do homework, or do I have to get dressed because like who's gonna see me? It's like there's 2 types of people. You can be a lazy bitch, but you can also try to be an adult. I have my days where I am both. Something is really tough for me. So for me, I plan on going to graduate school. Hold your applause. It sounds not that fun. We're gonna do it anyways. I usually get along pretty well with my teachers, and it's really tough to not actually get to know them, especially if you plan on or usually need assistance in kissing teachers' asses to lift your grade at the end of semesters, which I feel like most people do, or you need to ask them for a letter of recommendation at any point. It's really hard to get to know them and make them like you unless you go to their office hours or talk to them a lot in class or email them or whatever. It's a lot more work, especially if you're more of an in-person person, because I personally like getting to talk to the teacher in person and get the vibe for their personality me and like bond with them through that instead of emailing like,
Hi, I promise I'm a good student. Give me acceptance to graduate school. Thank you. Heart
eyes. Like, please let me in. It's really tough to bond with teachers, and it does take a little persuasion if you have like an 89.4 and you want to ask them to give you an A when they've never met you and they don't really know if they like you or not. A little extra persuasion. So again, it takes a little push. If you're not very good at planning out a schedule to work on school, online school might be really tough for you because it's so easy to pick anything else over school, especially when you have more free time due to not being in person to go spend on watching Netflix or sleeping or hanging out with friends, and then choose school over that. It's so much harder. I'm gonna throw this little last tip in here. Again, if the lack of structure is tough for you and you're considering online school, live online classes are a great medium. That is my little drop of knowledge for you guys today. I hope this helps you decide if online school is for you or not. Again, you kind of have to self-reflect on your own personality and be able to tell if you like the lack of structure and have the self-motivation, or if you want to travel. Honestly, doing online school is great if you want to like go on trips. Again, if you have any more questions, please follow me on Instagram and DM me your questions or comment them down below. I'd love to help you. If you have any insight or little tips to add, please comment them down below. Love to see you guys help each other out there. Also subscribe and check out my college and advice playlists if you guys want any more tips on how to succeed and thrive at college, which I know we all do because we're a bad bitch crew. Oh my god, should I call you my bad bitch crew? Is that like a... Okay, anywho, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week. Peace. Should I start calling you my bad bitch crew? I think that's a really good idea. I'm gonna do it now. Okay, I love you.